This video is going out to all the reporters and internet personalities who are using these videos of these Europeans and these foreigners complimenting America during the World Cup. You know, a lot of these Europeans from the UK and what have you are coming on the internet and saying how much they love America, what a great time they're having here. And then you got other people like conservatives on the internet using that as a tool to dismiss the people who complain about America, the people who have legitimate complaints and issues with living here in America. Let's get one thing straight. These tourists and these visitors for the World Cup, they're coming on the internet complimenting the people of America. They're complimenting the hospitality, the friendly nature, the food the people cook. They're complimenting the music, the culture of the people. They're not complimenting the horrible healthcare system in this country that keeps people from getting proper healthcare or just lets people die or has blatant and subtle racism towards people of color such as Black Americans. They're not complimenting that. They're not complimenting this horrible job market that discriminates against people and keeps people from getting jobs. They're not complimenting this overall system we have to live under that constantly moves the goalpost for people who are trying to make it in this country, who every couple of years a national disaster is coming up where people who are running this country screw up the economy, screw up the running of this country, and it constantly fucks up average people's lives. These World Cup tourists are not complimenting that. They're complimenting the American people who have to deal with all that crap. So, and this in no way delegitimizes the valid complaints Americans have about living in this country. These World Cup tourists are over here for playtime. So a bunch of mostly white people with money to burn who are here on vacation, of course they're going to love this country. And who says that the people who complain about this country don't love it? It's the people who with the guts to say something, to speak up and say something, are the ones who want to see this country improve. When these World Cup tourists go home, it's the American people who are going to be left here still dealing with these problems. So of course they're still going to complain. And the people who have these complaints are demonized more than the people who create these issues. They're demonized more than these healthcare companies, than these doctors, than this administration we're in that does nothing but keep making everything harder and more expensive. When we were kids, we go over to play at someone else's house. Of course, that other house always seemed more fun than your own because you're over there for playtime. When you're over there, it's playtime, it's for fun. You had no idea what went on in that house after you left, the issues that went on in that house after you left. And that's the same thing here. These World Cup tours are going to go home eventually. And us Americans are going to be left here still constantly having our lives fucked with and messed up because so many people who run this country can't get the running of this country and its economy right. And average Americans' lives wind up being the collateral damage for it. So all these conservative content creators, all these conservative reporters who are trying to say, see, America is a perfect, great country. You have no reason to complain. Yeah, we do. And it's the people who had the nerve to speak up and complain or what helped make this country progress and improved it from the hard times of the past. So that's all I want to say. America is a great country. It's not a perfect country. And a great country does not try to shut people up who are just basically trying to cry out about real life problems in their lives that they aren't responsible for. The people who running this country are responsible for. Thank you.